Hi, my name is Terry Angel Mason. I am the author of Love Won't Let Me Be Silent. And in 2001, I was diagnosed with full-blown AIDS. I actually became ill and I didn't know what was wrong with me. So that illness forced me to go to the doctor. I was so ill because I had actually developed pneumocystis pneumonia. When I walked into the center that day, I could barely walk there. I remember that day, I could barely walk into that center because I couldn't breathe. And I had flu-like symptoms that you wouldn't believe. They disclosed to me that I was HIV positive. I'll never forget this day because I walked into the clinic and the lady said to me, "Angel, your test came back and you're HIV positive." And I asked the lady, I said, "Well, when can I see a doctor?" She said, "You can't see a doctor for 15 days. I remember going home and curling up on my couch. Now here I was with pneumocystis pneumonia. I had shingles, and I was sitting on my sofa, kind of cuddled up in a quilt, just in shock that I had been told that I had HIV. I remember a friend came to my house who walked in. I shared with him that I was HIV positive, and he began to encourage me and to tell me that being HIV positive didn't mean that I was going to die. And I began to seek services. I knew from case management that there were people who case managed individuals with HIV, and that is how I was led to come to the Neighborhood House Association, and I met a wonderful lady there, Thelma Collins, and Thelma was, oh my God, a literal lifesaver. Thelma got me into the doctor because I remember telling Thelma that I could not see a doctor for 15 days according to what this clinic had told me because their schedule was so booked. And Thelma called over to UCSD Medical Center. She got the best doctor over there, Dr. Daniel Lee, and she hooked me up with him and made an appointment that day. I went to see him, I think, the very next day. In addition to helping me to get to see Dr. Lee, at that particular time I needed to get some type of financial assistance. She showed me how to fill out the necessary paperwork so that I could qualify for SSI and SSDI, which I did, and miraculously got that in 12 days, which is an unheard of thing. Nobody gets those kind of services in 12 days. By the time she finished with me, I was completely provided for, and something I never expected, because in my life I'm always sharing with people, and so when someone does that back to me and I receive that kind of services, it always floors me a little bit. But it was nice to know when you cast your bread on the water, it comes back, and it came back in the form of excellent service through Thelma, through the staff at the Neighborhood House, always being so kind, supportive, and understanding. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for the Neighborhood House Association. I would not be alive if it were not for the quick intervention of caring individuals who did more than just do their jobs. I think that's what makes the Neighborhood House stand out, is that to have a job helping people is one thing, but to have a job helping people and to move beyond that, to really genuinely care about people and to realize that these are human beings who are being traumatized.